Hey guys, how's it going? Daniel here. Today we're taking a look at the new iPadOS. More specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the mouse support in the new operating system for iPad. Here we have a new iPad mini and everything works perfectly on this guy. This is my personal iPad right now. And this feature is hidden under accessibility, and then we go down to touch, and then we go into assistive touch. Then we go here into pointing devices, Bluetooth devices, and then you can see here that my Apple Pencil is the one connected. Here I have a Logitech MX Master 2S. We can go here and switch it to number 2 since it was connected to my laptop. You can see that it instantly connected and we have a little pointing device right there. Normally if it wasn't connected, I would just set this up as a normal Bluetooth device right here in this option menu, and then it would show up perfectly under there. Now you can see here we have the MX Master 2S added. I can actually click here. We actually get quite a few options here. We have 5 total buttons that we can customize from this master mouse onto here to do different things. Now I haven't played enough around to this to get to a optimal setup or anything. I put volume up, volume down, and home on this here. So nothing too crazy, but I can click right here in the middle of my mouse. It's gonna take me home, which is definitely nice. And now I can navigate the screen. As you can see here, there's an option to actually change this little cursor here into a larger cursor. However, that's not useful that much for if you want to use this as a mouse. It's just going to make it bigger, and there's no way to make it smaller. There's a tracking speed here, so it's basically your mouse speed. I had to bring it down quite a bit because it was way too fast. However, you can configure that quite a bit depending on the device that you're using, or if you actually need it for what it's meant to, and you need it for accessibility and things like that. One of the things that I did do was turn off here somewhere in the settings. I turned off the assistive touch button, which is that little square that you would normally get on your iPhone. I turned that off so that it wouldn't be annoying here while using this. Now let's go ahead here and launch a game that worked perfectly with this, and that is Vainglory. I tried it with Hearthstone. It did not work, unfortunately. I don't know if there's something else I would have to do to get it to work with Hearthstone, but it did not work. The other one that I tried it with was with Fortnite, and again, the same problem. I think any game that requires you to drag something and pull, I cannot get that to work. In Clash Royale, where I can just click on something and click somewhere else, then that worked perfectly. Let's go ahead here and go into solo bots here. Just do 3v3 easy, just so I can show you how well this actually works, because this is now a viable way to play certain types of games on the iPad. Of course, there's much more to gaming. However, I just wanted to go over gaming real quick. We're gonna check out Procreate in a second, and drawing and stuff, and of course Affinity Designer as well, so you guys can see that. However, here we are in the game. You can see things are super responsive, just like a normal mouse would. I can click here. Let's prepare here for battle, and I can just navigate everything, and you can see there is no issue whatsoever with the mouse. There is no delay, there is nothing whatsoever, and I actually do like the pointer more than if this was an actual mouse pointer. It makes it easier to see, and it actually even blends in nicely with the games and stuff. So here I can click, you can see I can click here, I can click there, and there is no issues with a game like this where it's just tapping and stuff, and everything is very easy to navigate with the mouse. And it does make it very easy to play, and it's nice if you have a larger iPad or something, you want to prop it up and play some games. It makes it a nice little portable gaming system. But that's that for that. You can see that it works perfectly. Now, before going to, we'll do Clash Royale at the end, but let's go into Procreate here. You can see I have a new canvas here. We can go into brushes, click everything. Nothing is wrong here. Everything works perfectly. Let's go into this. We can choose a color. Let's go into blue right here, and then you can draw. As you can see, I can change the sizes there, and everything works perfect, So if you don't have an Apple Pencil, or you don't want to use the Apple Pencil, you want to use this, you want to edit some videos on the iPad, I'm 100% sure it's going to work with all the video editing apps on the iPad, so no issues there. It just works perfectly. There's really no issues. If you imagine what mouse support would be like, it works exactly like that. Now let's go ahead and try Affinity Designer here. Where have I put this app? Here it is. So let's try Affinity Designer, which is a vector drawing app, to see how that works. I actually haven't even tried this one, so let's both go ahead and try it here. Let's go ahead and create a new document, and we'll click OK. And let's choose this pen tool here, and perfect. No issues whatsoever. This definitely does make it easier than using your hand. you can be a little bit more precise with it. And if you're used to using a Mac or something, this makes it really nice. And what's really amazing, I think now, is that this makes the iPad and iPad Pro and this iPad mini a viable computer replacement, because that mouse support really does help for a lot. So right here, from right here, I can just click home, and I'm sure you could set this up a little bit more. I do have these set up, these side buttons on the master mouse set up for volume, and it just works so well. So lastly here, for the last one, let's go ahead and do Clash Royale, which is a portrait game. So the orientation of how the mouse works does automatically switch to portrait, which is nice. And yeah, this is particularly nice for a game like this on an iPad, because it's not really designed for iPad, it's more for iPhone, right? So it makes it harder to hold and move around and stuff. So you could prop the iPad up and then just, you know, play the game like that. You can also just click and then tap where you want it to be. Of course, all this works right here. It was really unfortunate I couldn't get it to play with Hearthstone, which is a mouse or a game that I would have really liked to play with this, but it just does not work, and it's just not worth, you know, wasting time to show it to you guys, because I'm just showing you things that actually do work on here. So I don't know if developers are going to be able to add this feature or somehow, you know, support this feature in their apps in a way to make it work. I mean, the thing is, I could see it being a little bit cheating in games like Fortnite and stuff, where not everyone would know that this is an option, and then, you know, you're getting matched with players that have a mouse and others don't. But either way, it doesn't really work. You would have to set up a keyboard and things like that. They aren't supported. So unless official support comes to you know, games like Fortnite and stuff, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But it is nice to see it in games like this, and I've lost. It's fine. It's nice to see it in games like this though, because it makes it much easier to play, and really cool to just set up and you know, play some games with a mouse. And of course, you can connect the keyboard and use the keyboard like you always could. So that's cool as well. But you can see there, that is an iPad mini here running with the new iPadOS. And I'm really excited so far. If you guys are interested in the iPadOS, I'll leave some directions down below where you can click and learn how to put it on there if you want. One of the notable features here is that you can drag this in and have it there. I don't really like it, so I keep it off. And you can see that they've actually shrunk all the app icons and everything on this iPad mini to make it match the other iPads, which is really nice. It gives me like way more space. And whenever I'm using the new carryover feature or whatever, where I can put my Mac screen on here, it just works so nice, and it looks really nice even on this iPad mini, which I really do love. But yeah, guys, that was just a quick look into this mouse kind of support on the iPadOS. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Aside from that, you can also reach out to me on Twitter at RMRDNL or on Instagram at the same handle if you have any questions there as well. But yeah, make sure to leave a like on this video. Really does help the video out if you guys liked it in any way. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.